Hey everyone, this is Kristen Fagan here with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. And I'll be here in just a minute. Dropping beads as usual as we get started. My desk is a disaster today, and so while you are hopping on and saying hello, I'm just gonna attempt to clean up whatever's going on here. Happy Monday. Hi, Gail. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sue. Hi, Maria. Hi, Rosalinda and Amber. Hey, Stephanie and Norma. Hi, Gloria. Stephanie says, how are you, Kristen? I'm good. I spent a bit of time in my art studio this weekend and I just made a huge mess. So I'm feeling like I just got stuff everywhere and I need to clean up before I can start. How are you all doing out there? How was your weekend? Did you have a creative weekend, or are you looking forward to getting creative this week instead? I think we did a little show and tell last Monday, so that's partly why I probably have stuff just sort of opened up and all over my table here. Vicki says, yeah, it's Monday and it's hot and humid in Missouri. Hi, Dee. Maria says, hello, Thomas. We have Damien here with me today. Thomas is off on Mondays, so usually I have Damien on helping me out. Rosalinda says, it was creative, but a bit chaotic. I know, Rosalinda, you taught a class at your local bead store, didn't you? What's the name of your local bead store? I know you were in California, Southern California. And is teaching classes something new, or have you been doing that for a while, Rosalinda? It's called the Gem and Bead Mall. Is it in Chula Vista or somewhere close by? I think you taught a ring, didn't you? And it looked gorgeous. Maria says, hello, Damien. Oh, Rosalinda says, no, it's something new and scary. I know it can be a bit intimidating to put yourself out there and teach. So that is awesome. I'm so excited for you. And if we have any friends that live nearby, you should go check out Rosalinda's class at the Gem and Bead Mall. And like I said, I think she's in Southern California, but I don't know exactly where the Gem and Bead Mall is. Close to Chula Vista. It's in Miramar by the Marine base. So anyone in the area, Chula Vista, Miramar, go check it out. It's at the Gem and Bead Mall, and Rosalinda is hosting classes. I know she did an amazing ring this past weekend that looked awesome. And I don't do very many rings, so I would gather that that's probably a skill that a lot of people would be interested in learning. Hi, Tony. Hi, Terry. Hi, Cecilia. Gloria has her kids and her grandkids visiting from Atlanta before school starts back. Awesome. enjoy your time with them. My kids, one of my kids starts school this week on Thursday. I can't believe it. It always comes up so quick. They start on Thursday, and then my other one starts at the end of the month. I have a tradition with some friends. We get together for back to school Mom's Day brunch. So we'll be doing that on Thursday, and that's always fun. There's a lot of people that I don't really see other than at that brunch, and so it's really kind of nice to catch up and say hello and see talk about what their kids are up to and what they're up to and how they survived the summer. All of that good stuff. Yes, Rosalinda said she did a loomed ring, and in 2 weeks she'll be doing a wire wrap bangle, and she's doing different projects at each class. Very cool. You learn so much when you teach too. So I'm excited for you to be starting on that new journey, because I feel like whenever I teach anything, I'm totally blown away by all the stuff that I learn in the process too. And you learn really well, like when you teach in person, you learn how people want to be taught. So you get to be better and better with each time, right? Because then you'll anticipate certain questions and stuff they have. All right, well, I think I got my desk somewhat cleared up here. I mean, you're seeing this lovely setup right here, which looks not so bad, but everything all around it was covered in beads and crimps and tools, and I can't work like that. I have to kind of clean my space up before I start. I don't mind leaving it messy when I walk away, but then when I come back and I have to start fresh, I kind of have to clean up my space again, because it just boggles my mind a little bit too much. I want to make a mess while I'm creating, but I can't start that way. You hear me? You feel me? How do you feel about that? Do you just sort of get going and just kind of push everything aside? Or do you have to feel like you need to set up your space a little bit before you can get started? Woo! I hadn't seen that many beads all over my table in a while. Cecilia says, it looks like you added more art to your wall. I did. Well, I moved a couple things around. So maybe it just kind of feels a little different, even if you don't know what's different, right? So I've got this one here. This is called Grandmother Moon, and it's the feminine goddess symbol with a moon behind her. And she's almost done. So I put her there because I was like, is she done? Let's put her up on the wall and see if there's anything else that has to happen. And then I also moved the one next to it. I had hanging up at a local shop here in Mesa, Arizona. And sadly, they just closed. They've had 3 floods since they've been in that space. One big one last year, and then this year with the summer monsoons, they got another big one. And it was just sort of the last kind of straw for them. They just feel like they can't continue in that space and go through the whole process of redoing it again. And I get that. And the last flood was in the back, but the flood that happened just recently was in the front where the market is, where all the stuff is. So sadly, I had to go pick up all of my things, and I'm really sad that they're not going to be around anymore. I've taught an art workshop there in their space, and I was hoping to teach some more in the future. And I love them dearly. I wish them well on their journey. But all the things that I picked up from their shop, I think I'm going to have a little studio sale and give a portion of the proceeds to them. So normally they would take a percentage, when I sell things in the shop. And so I figured I could do a little studio sale and send them the percentage that they would have normally taken, just to give them a little bit of just a little bit extra. I know that they no longer have like an income at the moment. They're totally changing up their plans. So just to kind of give them a little bit of something and say thank you for them having me in their space, and all of the time they were around for a couple of years, all through the pandemic. So I got through all of that, got through all of everything being closed down. And I was like, oh, I get it. When you go through so many things as a small business, you just get to the point, right, where you're like, I got to change it up. Okay, so rambling on, I've got all my stuff cleared up. What's happening at Softflex Company right now? And I should say, if you are interested in checking out my studio sale, it'll either happen on my Facebook page, Kristen Fagan Art and Design, or on my Instagram page, which is at Kristen Fagan, or a combination of both. I haven't decided yet. Usually I do them on Facebook, but I haven't decided where to do it yet. So softflexcompany.com. Today is Free Spirit Beading Monday, and we are going to make a fun daisy chain with the Peace and Love design kit. So I'll show you a close-up of that in just a bit. And what else do we have going on? We have 2 beading parties this week. We've got a beading party with Sam of Sam's Bead Shop on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then we have another beading party with Cynthia Thornton of Green Girl Studios on Friday, also at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So be sure to catch those. They will be on the Softflex Company Facebook page and YouTube channel. There'll be live beading parties, starts at 3 p.m., but you can watch the replay anytime. And I think for Sam, we are looking at his newest bead box. So that's cool. I can't wait to see that. He always has some really fun things in there. And then with Cynthia, we're going to be opening up the Peace and Love design kit again and doing some work with them, with her for that. Because we've got this great little pendant in here that that she included in our kit. So let me swip you guys over to my desk so you can get a closer look. I love this groovy little pendant. I did give it a little cleaning. So just using one of these little chamois. Let me put a bead stopper on this before I drop everything. So just using one of these little chamois, you can just take it and give a nice little rub to that pewter, and it'll help shine it up. And this is called the Peace Dove pendant. We called it the Peace and Love pendant, but it's got a peace sign on one side, and then it has a peace dove on the other side. So pretty, and I love that we're going to be able to wear it either way. So the other thing I have in here is I've got these cute little petal pips, and those came in the Peace and Love design kit, which you can still purchase this kit. We still have some left. So you get these great pips that are going to make our flower. You have this, I'm calling this kind of a supersized daisy chain, because usually they're kind of tiny and can just be with seed beads, but this one's got a little more of a statement going on. In the center is a pink bicone, and that came from the Peace and Love bead mix. So again, it comes in the kit, but you can also buy the bead mix separately as well. The pips you can't buy separately though. I don't think we have any more of those online. We just have them in the kit. And you kind of need them for this design to make these little petals. And let's see, what else do we got here? We've got these really fun pearl looking beads in a nice orange color. Look at how fun these are. This definitely flower power, Maria says, for sure. Definitely flower power with these oranges and mustards, pink and hot pink. And did you notice that I was wearing a flower power dress today? I don't think I mentioned it, but hey, let's take a look. Look at this. One of my flower power dresses. I thought it was perfect for today's design. So the only thing I added to this are the seed beads. So the seed beads don't come in the kit itself. They actually came from our friend Danielle Wicks, and they're a size 8 seed bead in this really fun mustard color. Let's see what it says here. It's called Rainbow Yellow Matte. I don't know if that's right. This one says Rainbow Pearl. Well, I would definitely say it's a yellow matte, and they're kind of like a mustardy color. And they're size 8 seed bead. Take a couple more out. I like that these have like a little twist top. I used to always have the pop tops in my seed beads, and the twist top is very nice. So those are the beads we're going to be using today. This pendant also came in the kit, but you can buy it separately as well. It's just $3.99, y'all, for this beautiful artisan pendant by Green Girl Studios. It's only $3.99, and it's got the two-sided, it's got the dove on the back and the piece on the front. I just love it. So what I've got over here, I didn't end up using these, but these are the strands that come in the Peace and Love design kit. So lots of options here to play with. I love how this color like doesn't pick up on video. It's like, it's totally glowing. This hot pink is super fun. And then these, I got really close to using these because I liked them with that orange and pink color. These are a super cool shape, so I'm excited to use these somehow. They're kind of like a faceted barrel. They're almost like a cube, but they're more of a rectangle. I don't know what we called them on the sheet, but they're really fun. And then we've got this this black strand that has this flashy finish on it. And then this is everything else that's in the bead mix. So I pulled these little orange pearly beads from this bead mix. I also pulled these bicones. So the tip for this is that you need to have a bead with a decent size hole so that you can go through 3 times with our soft flex beading wire to make our petal. And these totally fit the bill. So we're going to use those. And then these also came from that bead mix too. Bloom, baby, bloom. I love that. Always blooming over here. Cecilia says, love the dress. Thank you. I bought this like a million years ago when I was in Sonoma, California, visiting Softflex company. Sarah and I went to, I think it was a TJ Maxx or something, and I found this dress and I love it. I've worn it to quite a few Fish concerts. Hi, Kim. Because it's just got that fun hippie vibe. All right. So where do we want to start here? What am I using for wire? I'm using the Antique Brass Metallics Softflex beading wire in medium. And you got a 10-foot spool of this in the Peace and Love design kit. And that's what it looks like. Ah, Sam's here. I was just telling everyone to tune in on Wednesday. Sam's saying, hi, Kristen Fagan. Love, love, love these colors. Can't wait to bead with you on Wednesday. Yep, we have a beading party with Sam of Sam's Bead Shop on Wednesday at 3 p.m. and totally looking forward to that. I love the colors in your newest, I think you call them a bead box, mystery bead box. And yeah, I didn't get any though, right? Justice for Kristen. Sarah kept all the beads at her house. So I'm going to get to ooh and ah with all of you on the beads, but I won't have any in my possession. Sarah needs to share. I know. Well, maybe I can get a look at everything included and then I can tell her what she needs to send me. Too funny. I don't always join the beading parties because sometimes I have stuff going on that I just can't get away from. And I do these videos on Monday. So sometimes I can't quite get another video time in. So I think Sarah was thinking that, you know, I may or may not be there. So she'll hold on to the beads. So we're using Antique Brass Metallics Softflex beading wire in medium, 0.019 diameter. And that's why you need a bead with a nice size hole for this to go through. Now you can do this in a different diameter size too. You can do it in a 0.014, and that'll give you a little bit more wiggle room if your bead size for the center of your flower is a little bit smaller. But this is what comes in the kit, and these beads from the bead mix worked out really well. So I just stuck with the 0.019 diameter. Let me see how much I cut of this wire. I like to usually cut it off the spool just because I like the freedom of having both sides accessible. So I cut myself 30 inches so that I would have plenty to work with. And then you do end up using a little bit in these flowers that go around. So if you have 30 inches, you'll have more than enough to work with. And I started with the center by putting my pendant right in the center there. Let's look at what our pattern is, and then we'll make our next flower. So starting with the pendant in the center, I used 6 size 8 seed beads on either side. Then I put 1 of these little pearl orange beads, and then I have 6 more before I get to my flower. And that's what we're up to over here. So I'm going to do another flower on either side with you to show you how it's done. Just put a bead stopper on one side. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those seed beads, size 8. Then I'm going to string on one of these large pink bicones. And then I'm going to start my petal pattern. So my petal pattern is going to be 4 of these pips with seed bead in between. And you start with a pip. So you've got a pip, then a seed bead, then a pip, we did a design similar to this when we had a beading party with Cassandra, where we just had the pips kind of on the bottom of the bead. So it was just the 1/2. And in this particular one, we're going to go all the way around it. Okay, so there's my pattern. 4 pips with the 3 seed beads in between. And so you're just going to string that on, and then you're going to take your wire end and you're going to go back up through your bicone. And just make sure to pull your bicone down towards your already strung seed beads. And we've got our 1/2 of the petal done. And now we're going to do that same pattern again. 4 pips, 3 seed beads, starting with a pip. Pip, pip, pip. Hey, Jessica. Hi, Janelda. Great to see you. Yes, Leanne says, never work without your bead stoppers. I mean, they are just the best. It just helps, you know, sometimes I have to remember to actually put them on, but when I do, then I feel confident that I can just keep working on my design and not worry about losing half of it all over the floor. So I've got my second pattern strung on, second half of my petal, which is again, pip, seed bead, pip, seed bead, pip, seed bead, pip, 4 and 3. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take the end of our wire and go back up through that bicone. You might have to kind of move your beads out of the way so that you can get in there. And then you'll just pull that wire. And before we move on, you just want to make sure you like snug everything down. So you might have to do a little pulling to snug it all down. And let's see here. I'm just going to check where my wire is coming through. We want it to kind of come through the center. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 6 more seed beads to my strand. Mary says, I'm so glad you're making flowers. That is the first thing I think of for 60s and 70s. I have some flower beads from Softflex that are perfect in design, but the colors don't match the kit. Oh, sometimes that happens. It's like these would work great, but then the kit colors are just a little bit different. I know we kind of pared down the kit colors a little bit since we were just coming off of Love is Love, which had all the colors. I mean, I would think that a Peace and Love kit would have like a bit more colors, especially some of that blue and stuff in there too. But we found a really fun psychedelic poster that was in this color scheme. And we thought, you know what, let's just pare it down a little since we just coming off a rainbow, a rainbow kit. Kim says, I love this Pippi design. Rosalinda says it's very cool. Jessica, so cute. I love the pip flowers. I know they are so cute. I saw someone in the group in the Softflex VIB studio group share a design that they did, which was an earring, like a little post earring. And I thought that was just adorable. So I'm going to come back and do the same thing on the other side now so I can get another flower. And a lot of times you'll see these, I mean, you do the same process with smaller beads. You'll see them with seed beads typically, and they just be like little tiny daisy chains, but decided to supersize it for this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we're going to put on our bicone. Yeah, it's really easy and super cute. I think that you could find that this will work in a lot of different ideas, but especially for a peace and love inspired design. And I'm seeing daisy chains all over the place right now, just like I'm seeing mushrooms all over the place. So I think this hippie aesthetic is back in full force at the moment. And I am here for it. I love it. Stacy says, I'm loving the pink and orange color combo this summer. Not my usual vibe. I love that the kits push me out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's fun. I mean, because even me, I'm like, I put these together and sometimes I'm like, wow, these are different. I don't know if I would have put that all together on my own. But that's what's fun when you have a theme and you get to kind of play along with that and try something new. And I think that pink and orange, super fun for like a hot summer design. Our midsummer market was very pink and orange, wasn't it? We had that was kind of like our look for the Great Bead Extravaganza. Oh, speaking of the Great Bead Extravaganza, we announced the winners for the swag bag giveaway this morning. So if you want to go find that, go check out the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page or the group. It's posted both in both places. And congratulations to the winners. You're going to get an awesome swag bag from all of the presenters. Such a great bag of goodies. Let me make sure I'm keeping my pattern because I'm talking here. So I've got 1 pip already strung. Now 2 pips and a seed bead in between. And you can still catch all of the replays if you haven't watched them all on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page, or they are in the group as well in the featured section. All right, there's our pattern, 4 pips with a little seed bead in between. And then we'll slide that down. Take our wire around the top this time because we kind of went around the bottom the first time. Poke it through. You might have to move your beads out of your way a little bit. And then pull that into place. And then I'll just pick up 6 more. I love how soft flex wire makes seed beads pretty easy to pick up like that. Since it has like a stiffness to it, you don't need any kind of needle or anything like that. And I just want to make sure that when I'm sliding my beads down, I'm getting that one right kind of in between the petals. Janelda says, too darn cute. I know there's just something about flowers, right? always cute. I think these colors make them a little extra cute too. Angela's by the Sea says, I love your flowers and very easy to do. Pips used to come in two-tone, so it would be fun to have two different colors on each side that you can wear necklace with different color outfits. Oh, that would be super fun. So not only would, in this case, not only would my pendant be able to be switched back and forth, if you've got a two-tone pip, you can actually have two different size to it. That would be really great. Jessica is asking, what size seed beads are you using? I am using size 8. And I got these from Danielle Wicks, who works with John Bead Corp. And this is sort of a, I don't know, it says rainbow yellow matte AB, but I don't know where the rainbow is coming from, and I don't see an AB on it. So I feel like it's just a yellow matte. It's kind of a yellowy mustard color. Yes, for sure, Beverly. She says, super cute design. Making even just one petal as a necklace focal would be cool too. It totally would. I think it would be really cute. I don't have enough left to make earrings, but if I only did one of them and then kept some pips for earrings, that could probably be really fun also. So I think next I'll just add on another one of those orange beads, and I think that's the last of my orange beads in the mix. I must have gotten to 6 of them. So I'm just going to go up the back with seed beads. You could also just crimp and leave the wire. Leave the wire showing. That's an option too. Yes, Beverly meant just one flower petal design, totally, making it like a focal in the front. And then you could make a couple of them. So if you wanted to do with this kit, you could make 4 necklaces with just the one flower in the center. You could try it with a bunch of different kinds of beads and see which ones you like the best going up the side. I really wanted to bring in these seed beads because I felt like usually when you see daisy chains, you see them done all in seed beads. So they tend to be kind of tiny and very cute. Let's swap this. And work on the other side. Did you all see the tassel challenge that we have going on in the group, the Softlex VIB studio group? Last Wednesday when Sarah unveiled this kit, she got to talking about tassels, and she talked about how Kay at Stars Beads did a tassel presentation in the Great Bead Extravaganza. And then she challenged all of you to make some tassels, to make some homemade, handmade tassels and post them up in the Softlex VIB studio group for a chance to win one of our future kits. So we've got like three chances to win a future kit going on in the group right now. You can create something from the Peace and Love design kit, and every project that you post is an entry to win. And they are randomly chosen, so it's not like a contest of who's the best design. It's more of just a participation challenge. And then we've got So you can work with the Peace and Love design kit. We have the Twilight Sky design kit, which is what we debuted over at the Great Bead Extravaganza. So anything that you post from that would be a separate chance to win a future kit. And then we have the tassel challenge. So those are the 3 different ways this month up until August 29th is the final day. So you can post any or all. So anything from Peace and Love will get you one into the one challenge. The Twilight Sky is the other challenge. And then the tassel is the 3rd challenge. We're just challenge crazy right now. Let's see where this is at. Lengthwise. I love when we do those kind of challenges too, because you get to see so many fun things being posted. Maria says there have been some awesome tassels posted. Have there? I have to go check today. I have to go check and see what's shaking in the VIB studio group. So this right now is 11 inches, and I definitely need it longer than that. So I'm going to add some more. But I'm thinking I'll probably make it kind of short because I think the flowers will lay really cute. Oh, bead stopper on the wrong side here. So if you're not part of our Facebook group, come hang with us over there. Come check us out. The Softflex VIB studio group always has stuff going on. Get a lot of cool inspiration and camaraderie, beading friends, and then also lots of design challenges happening. We do one every single month, so that one's guaranteed. And then we sometimes have the extra challenges or the joyful beading happening. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our YouTube fun and videos that we have going on. Gloria saying that would be nice as a choker. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think a choker is usually what 15 or 16? I might err on the side of maybe 17 just to be not quite as fitted, but we'll see. At this point, I'm not really keeping track of how many. I'm just trying to fill out the size until I'm happy with where it's at. So you can make your tassels with threads, with silk, with beading wire and beads, with craft wire. I think the only thing we ask is that you somehow include Softflex beading wire or craft wire into the tassel, but it can be at the top or at the connection. It doesn't have to be throughout the entire thing. So I'm excited to see what everyone makes. And if you haven't caught Kay's presentation in the Great Bead Extravaganza, go check that out because you'll get inspired for all the different kinds of tassels she was sharing. That Kay is so creative. Okay, let me do another little size check. Oh, I'm just about 16. A couple more on this side here. Maybe I'll see where it lands on me at 16. we introduced our newest kit. So even though we still have some of the Peace and Love kits left, we have the newest kit, is Foxy Lady. And that one is available now. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that's good. That's just about 16 inches for me. And then I'll add a clasp, so it'll make it just a little bit lower. Really cute and matches my dress perfectly. What do you think? Mary is saying, do you have any suggestions for painting the charm? I'm always concerned I'll mess up a special charm like that. I think if you're concerned about it, then maybe just paint it super lightly to start. The nice thing when you paint a charm or anything is you can layer up the paint. And so my suggestion would be to start with like sort of a little wash of paint and have a wet paper towel nearby, so that you can wipe it off if you're unhappy with what happened. I was wondering if I should paint this at all. I think like one of the things you can do is paint just the top part of it and let the back, let the inside still be like the darker color, or you can go the opposite way where you paint all of the darker parts and let the silver be the part that stands out. So if I were, let me see what colors I have, if I have anything that would really, this is Petalite. That one might work because it'll pick up that light pink that's in the pips. And then I've got ochre and rust. So these are the three colors I basically am using in there. And if you didn't know, these little triangles are on the top of your ultimate paint things, and you just take a little piece of paint and here, I'll just show you. You would just take the top and put a little piece of paint there and let it dry, and this way you can get a good look at what the color is that's inside the bottle. I don't have any, let's see what I've got up here. I was thinking of trying to get inside here with the paint and let the peace signs stay silver. Will it work? I don't know. So you just want to shake these up really, really well. And I'm just going to dab a little bit of each color. I don't know if I'm going to use all three, but maybe it might be fun to put different colors in there. I have one little pointy one, so I think I'll use that one first. So this color is the ochre, is more of the yellow. I just have to pick it up a little closer to me. I know. I think that Jess from Vintage, she has shown like a little way to do a tie-dye. So I'm just trying to wipe off the parts that are raised so that I don't have any paint on the raised part as much. This one's going to be hard because it's so tiny. And I don't have a wet paper towel. But I do always have a rag nearby, so I will just use that. That's kind of cute. It would be fun if it was a little more tie-dye on the outside. So let me add just like a little touch of each color. And then using my rag, I'm gonna come and just wipe off any part that's sticking up on the silver so that I can just have it be kind of behind it. And then I can let this dry and add more color if I want to. And that's kind of something I would suggest is if you're unsure, you can always let it dry and then add some more so that you don't overdo it in the beginning. All right, we'll see. Let's see if we can get a good look-see. It'll probably take a better picture outside of this light. I saw a question. Janelda is asking, is that a regular paintbrush? No, this one is a silicone paintbrush. You can use a regular one. Vintage just suggests using the silicone because their paint does not stick to it. So it kind of like just sits on the brush and you can wipe it off really easily. But it'll work with a regular paintbrush too. So my yellow looks a little bit green only because the color that's behind it is kind of that dark pewter color is kind of coming through. So I might come back with a little more yellow. But that does make it fun, doesn't it? It adds a little something to it. Adds a little something, something. I think this is the first time I'm using it, these paints on metal, because I know you can do them on wood and metal, but we've just been mostly working on those wooden pop-outs. And from what I understand, while the paint is still wet, you can probably wipe it off with some water and paper towel. But once it dries, it'll dry to a more permanent state. That's really fun. I like how you still see the silver and it just has a little bit of the color behind it. I'll play with that some more as it dries just to see what it looks like, because I have a feeling I might want to add a little bit more color. We'll see. All right, well, that is it for today. Jessica says that pop of color really makes it. Janelda says, I like using them. Oh, the paints or the brushes or both. I think I'm just going to add a regular little lobster clasp to the back, and then it'll be nice just like so. Thanks everybody for being here with me. I always share a picture in the Webby studio, and we also do a blog on Tuesdays generally that will show closer up pictures over at softluxcompany.com, so you can see the final design and you can see a little more of an up close photograph of what we were working on. Thanks for being here with me today. Happy Free Spirit Beading Monday. I will see you all again next week for another episode of Free Spirit Beading at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And don't miss us over on Wednesday with Sam at Sam's Bead Shop at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And then again on Friday with Cynthia from Green Girl Studios. We have lots of fun planned this week at softluxcompany.com. Oh, and I almost forgot, we've got a kind of choose your own sale happening. So if you go to softluxcompany.com, you spend $49, you'll get $5 off. If you spend $69, you'll get $10 off. And then $99, you get $20 off. You also have free shipping over $65. And that ends tomorrow, August 2nd. At midnight Pacific time. So go check that out. Shop with whatever you'd like. It's a choose your own adventure, beading adventure sale over at softluxcompany.com. All right, see you guys all next week. And I'll also catch you for the beading parties. Hopefully I'll be at both of them. I plan to definitely be there on Wednesday. We'll see what happens with Friday, but they're bound to be a great time no matter what. Happy beading, everybody. Bye.